Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. In this series, I am going to discuss solution of Black Book, which is very famous among the students who are especially preparing for JEE Advanced. So let's see. First chapter I am going to take function, which is in the book. So first question is range of the function fx is equals to log base 2 of 2 minus log base root 2 of 16 sin square x plus 1 is. So they are asking range of this function, right? So let's see here. So we know that sin x value always remains in between minus 1 to 1 in closed interval. So sin square x, if we are talking, so sin square x will be always greater than or equals to 0, less than or equals to 1, right? Now I am going to multiply 16 in this inequality. So we will get here 0 into 16, 0 only, less than or equals to 16 sin square x less than or equals to 16, right? Now here we are observing 16 sin square plus 1 it is. So I am just going to add 1 on every side of this inequality. So we will get from here 0 plus 1, which is 1 only, less than or equals to 16 sin square x plus 1 less than or equals to 16 plus 1, 17, right? Now we are seeing this quantity is having logarithm base root 2. So just we are going to take logarithm base root 2 on the entire inequality. We will get log base root 2 of 1 less than or equals to log base root 2 of 16 sin square x plus 1 less than or equals to log base root 2 of 17, right? So same operation we are performing. So anywhere the inequality sign will not be changed, as you can see. Now we are observing that this logarithm base root 2 16 sin square x plus 1 is having negative sign. So here I am going to multiply by a negative sign, everybody, right? Here we are going to multiply by a negative sign. So we will get here this quantity will become minus of log base root 2 16 sin square x plus 1. And now here due to minus multiplication the inequality sign will be changed. Means on minus multiplication this will become minus log base root 2 of 1. First of all, log base root 2 of 1. Logarithm of any base for which logarithm is defined for argument 1 will be always 0, right? So logarithm of base root 2 at point 1 will be nothing but 0. This meaning is 0 only, right? This meaning is 0 only. So here on minus multiplication the inequality will be changed. So this 0 will be coming on this side. Less than or equals to 0 we can write down, right? Now this is log base root 2 of 1 only meaning, which is 0. And this quantity on minus multiplication minus log base root 2 of 17, this will comes on this side. So that will be minus of log base root 2 of 17, right? Now understood? On minus multiplication inequality sign will be reverse, right? Greater than will becomes less than, or less than will becomes greater than. So this will happen. So this quantity was greater than this. So on minus multiplication this quantity will be less than of this, right? Now and similarly this quantity was less than this. So on minus multiplication this quantity will be greater than of this on minus multiplication, as you can see here, right? So we are right now getting this thing. Now we are saying this is 2 is being added in this quantity. So we are just going to add 2 on every side of this equality. So we will get 2 minus log base root 2 of 17 less than or equals to 2 minus log base root 2 16 sin square x plus 1 less than or equals to 2, right everyone? Now we can see this argument 2 minus log base root 2 16 sin square x plus 1 is having logarithm base 2. So we are just going to take logarithm base 2 on every side of this inequality. So we will get a log base 2 of 2 minus log base root 2 of 17 less than or equals to log base 2 of 2 minus log base root 2 of 16 sin square x plus 1 less than or equals to log base 2 of 2. So we have taken logarithm base 2 on every side of this inequality, right? Now you can see this is our fx only. This given quantity is given by fx in the question. So this is our fx. So our fx is coming less than or equals to logarithm base 2 of 2. Logarithm base 2 of 2 means what here? Means base and argument both are same here for logarithm. So its value will be what here? 1. You know this thing. So f of x will be less than or equals to 1. This quantity is resolving to 1. Correct? And here if you will see logarithm base root 2 of 17. So first of all, if you will see here, so this 17 is this 17 for logarithm base root 2 is coming greater than 2 value, isn't it? If you will see roughly, if you will calculate here using logarithmic property, if you will see here using logarithmic property, I can write down this given quantity as log base 2 of 17, and this power here 1 by 2 will be coming here. Here power was 17 for power 1, we can understand here. So 1 upon 1 by 2 means argument and basis power will be coming in the fraction form. So 17 power 1 upon base 2 power 1 by 2, which is, so it will be coming 1 upon 1 by 2, which is this one, right? So you know log base 2 of 17 is how much here? You know that log base 2 of 16, it will be nothing but 16 can be written as 2 to the power 4 here. So 2 to the power 4 means you can write down like this. This 4 will comes here. So it will become 4 log base 2 of 2. So here base and argument both are becoming same here. So this value will be resolving to 1 here. Right there, this value will resolve to 1 here. So 4 into 1 means what here? That will be 4 only. So for 16, it is becoming logarithm base 2 of 16, it is becoming 4. So logarithm base 2 of 17 will be definitely greater than 4. This will be greater than 4. So 2 into greater than 4 quantity, we can say completely it will be greater than 8 at least, right? It will be definitely greater than 8. So we are getting this quantity is greater than 8. Greater than 8. So 2 minus greater than 8 value means it will be coming overall what here? Overall it will be coming negative, right? It will be coming a negative quantity. It is a negative quantity. So logarithm for negative quantity will not be defined. Right there, this quantity overall we can say that this quantity is not defined. Not defined everyone. Not defined here. So what conclusion we are getting? We are getting that this f of x must be less than or equals to 1. So means we can say range will be minus infinity open interval to plus 1 in close interval, right? Now less than or equals to 1, that is the only conclusion. So minus infinity to 1, where 1 will be in close interval. So B option is correct for this question, right? Next question is the value of a and b for which mod of e to the power mod of x minus a is equal to 2 has 4 distinct solutions are. So 4 options are given. So let's draw the graph of the given function. From there we can easily opt the correct options, correct? So in this one is standard function we are seeing, that is e to the power x. So e to the power x graph if I am asking here, so e to the power x graph is like this one, right? And now e to the power mod, since here x is having modulus here, so if e to the power mod x graph if I will be asking, so this graph will be nothing but e to the power x graph available on the right side of the y-axis. Its mirror image we will take about y-axis on the left side. So this will be the graph of e to the power mod of x, right? Now a constant b is subtracted from the argument x. So what will happen here? If suppose if b is a positive, I am assuming here b is a positive. Positive means any constant, positive constant we are going to subtract basically from the standard function. So the standard function's argument. So the graph will be shifted that much of unit on the right side. Means initially it is at 0 point. This point is 0 here. You know this is 0 comma 1. This is here 0 comma 1 only here, right? So this point will be shifted to b unit. Means this will be the structure of the given function, right? So e to the power mod of x minus b graph is, right? Clear? If here instead of subtraction if constant will be added, so in that case the graph will be shifted on the left side of the x-axis. Clear? So this it is. Now from this function you can see a is being subtracted here. A is being subtracted means from the function a is being subtracted here. So this graph will be shifted that much of constant unit on downward side. So the rough structure I am just drawing here. Right now this is the point here, as already I said, this is 0, 1, you know. So this is shifted to this. This is point D here I am saying that. So this is B, 1. So this constant is being subtracted. So this portion will be shifted a unit downwards. A unit downwards means this portion will be coming like something like this. And this portion is here nothing but b, 1 minus a. B, 1 minus a. Clear? This is a rough figure, just I had made. So overall on the left side, you can see this is the graph of e to the power mod of x minus b minus of a. Now whole thing is having a modulus. Whole thing is having a modulus means what here? The overall graph which is going below x-axis, its mirror image we will be taking above x-axis. So what will happen here? You can see this is the graph here, and then in this region it is going below x-axis. Right now this is the below x-axis region. So its mirror image above x-axis we will take like this, right? And then above x-axis graph will be unaltered. Only below x-axis graph mirror image above x-axis will be coming. So right now this is the point here. This point is again what here? This point is b, 1 minus a. So this will be b, comma. This is here shifted since 1 minus a is below x-axis negative. So because of this taking modulus, this will be a minus 1. This will be what here? A minus 1. Why? Its modulus we have taken. Means this negative value modulus is what here? Sign will be changed here. So minus multiplication you are doing a minus 1. This is the point, this one. Clear? So right now this is our graph of e to the mod of e to the power x minus b minus a. Everybody. Clear it is? Is equals to 2. So this rough figure, this is the final rough figure of the left side of the equality. I am just going to clean this screen, and then this is our meaningful graph that I am going to use in the entire question. Clear? How I had transformed just all the things I had shown you. So just observe this. Now you can observe here, this is one more time I am just making the graph so that it will be clearly visible for you. This is x-axis, this is y-axis, and structure will be somewhat like this. So this graph I am just making here. So you can observe this graph will be like this. Right? This is a rough figure. And this point is coming what here? B, comma, a minus 1. Right? B, comma, a minus 1. Now this is, I am just removing it. This is our meaningful graph. Now this equals to 2. This equals to 2 has 4 distinct solutions. So this equals to 2 has 4 distinct solutions means what? Left side function graph is this one. And right side function graph, if you are talking about right side function y is equals to 2 here. Y is equals to 2 graph. This is x-axis, this is y-axis. So it's a constant here. So graph will be what here? Horizontal line, and horizontal line is parallel to x-axis, and this is y is equals to 2 point, right? So what we have to do, this graph equals to y is equals to 2 graph. So means this graph I am just going to put on the same Cartesian plane so that it should have 4 distinct solutions. 4 distinct solutions means what? This horizontal line must intersect this graph at 4 distinct points, everybody, at 4 distinct points. So here the question is clear from this figure that if this horizontal line, let me change the color here, you can observe this is our horizontal line. If this horizontal line will be here in this region, how many number of times this horizontal line is intersecting this orange line? You can see 1, 2 times only intersecting. So it means it will have only two solutions if this horizontal line will be coming above this loop. Above this loop only two solutions are possible. But question is saying it should have four distinct solutions. Means horizontal line cannot be above this loop. This loop, the highest value, highest point in this figure you can see in this loop region is a minus 1. So this a minus 1 should not be less than this horizontal line which is 2 here, right? That is clear. So means it is not a correct position for which this horizontal line. Four distinct solutions, clearly it is visible from this, that if you will be drawing this horizontal line in this region, means from y is equals to 0 point to y is equals to a minus 1 point, then definitely this graph, green line graph, means green line and this orange graph both are going to intersect at 1, 2, 3 and 4 point. It means this a minus 1 value must be greater than this green line, isn't it? A minus 1 must be greater than, this is y is equals to 2, means this point a minus 1 must be greater than 2. Then definitely this green line will be intersecting at 4 points this given graph, right? So a minus 1 greater than 2 means a should be greater than 3. So we are getting one thing, a is greater than 3, right? A is greater than 3, that is clear. And what about b? What about b? B is anything, either it is positive or negative. Since I said it is positive in the question, that's why graph is shifted b unit on the left, on the right side. If b will be negative, so same scenario will be happening like this on the left side, but the conclusion will be coming same here. It means b belongs to all real number. For four distinct solution, a must be greater than 3 and b can be anything positive, negative, whatever it will be, that much of unit left side or right side. Just this situation will be shifted. There will be no change on the number of solution. Number of solution is depending on a. So a must be greater than 3. So we can say answer will be a belongs open interval 3 to infinity and b belongs all real number. So which option is correct from this you can observe. Open interval 3 to infinity, a value belonging and b belongs to all real number. C option is correct everybody, right? Next question is find the number of real order pairs x comma y for which 16 to the power x square plus y plus 16 to the power x plus y square is equals to 1. So let's solve it. On the left side of the equality, we can easily write down 2 to the power 4 times x square plus 4 times y, right? Plus 2 to the power 4 times x plus 4 times y square is equals to 1, right? Now, I am just going to subtract on both sides 2 to the power 2x square plus 2y into 2 to the power 2x plus 2y square into 2. So, what will happen here? Just observe here. So, 2 to the power 4x square plus 4y plus 2 to the power 4x plus 4y square it is. And as I said here, I am just subtracting here 2 times 2 to the power 2x square plus 2y into 2 to the power 2x plus 2y square. Same thing on the right side also. 1 minus 2 into 2 to the power 2x square plus 2y into 2 to the power 2x plus 2y square. Right now, you can write down like this. Clear? Now from here, if you will see on the left side of the equality, so it is written whole square of something. What is that? You can observe clearly 2 to the power. This is here 2x square plus 2y whole square plus 2 to the power 2x plus 2y square whole square minus of 2 into 2 to the power 2x square plus 2y square. Since bases are same here, powers we are adding. So plus of 2x plus 2y is equals to 1 minus, similarly this also we can write down here. This is here 2 to the power 2x square, and here plus of 2y square I am writing first, plus 2x plus of 2y, and also if you will see, this is 2 in the multiplication means plus of 1, right? This we can write down over. So on the left side of the equality, this one part if you will see, this is nothing but whole square of 2 to the power 2x square plus 2y minus 2 to the power 2x plus 2y square whole square. Isn't it? This is a square plus b square minus of 2 times a into b. It is written here, right now. Like this way, we can write down this one part also. Clear? So this is whole square of this is equals to 1 minus 2 to the power 2x square plus 2y square plus 2x plus 2y plus 1. Is it clear, everybody? So now from here you can see left side of the equality is whole square of something. Whole square of something means this is always greater than or equals to 0. This is always greater than or equals to 0 means this quantity equals to this. So left side of the equality quantity is greater than or equals to 0 means this quantity should be also greater than or equals to 0, we can say, right? So we can say that the given quantity which is 1 minus of 2 to the power 2x square plus 2y square plus 2x plus 2y plus 1 must be greater than or equals to 0. Now this quantity I am shifting on this side, so we are getting here this quantity on this side of the inequality. So 2 to the power 2x square plus 2y square plus 2x plus 2y plus 1 less than or equals to 1 here. Clear? Clear, everybody? Now this 2 I am just transferring here, so it will become logarithm base 2 of 1 on the right side of the inequality. So we can write down 2x square plus 2y square plus 2x plus 2y plus 1 less than or equals to. This 2 will be transferred here, so it will become logarithm base 2 of 1 on the right side of the inequality, which is nothing but 0 already. We had seen one question on the previous first question of this video. You had seen a logarithm base 2 of 1 will be what is 0 only. So we can write down this must be less than or equals to 0, correct? Now I am just going to divide this inequality by 2. So we can write down this will be x square plus y square plus x plus y plus 1 by 2 less than or equals to 0 here. Right, everybody? So now this 1 by 2 also I am just going to do one mathematical change here. That is I can write down 1 by 2 as 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4 less than or equals to 0. Clear? So now from here you can see this is x square plus x plus 1 by 4. These three quantity will become x plus 1 by 2 whole square plus of similarly y square plus y plus 1 by 4 will become y plus 1 by 2 whole square less than or equals to 0. So from here you can observe sum of square of two quantity less than 0. Is it possible ever? No. So means these two quantities summation less than 0 is not possible. Means these two quantity summation can be equals to 0. If this quantity itself will be 0, this quantity itself will be 0. Right now, two square quantity summations cannot be less than 0. Two square quantity summation can be equals to 0 if those two quantity itself will be 0. Right? It means this quantity equals to 0 is acceptable here, but less than 0 is not acceptable, everybody. Right there? Not acceptable less than 0. So equal to 0 means both quantities whose square are having that must be 0. Means x plus 1 by 2 must be equals to 0. That will provide you x equals to minus of 1 by 2. And similarly, y plus 1 by 2 must be equals to 0. That will provide us x equals to minus of 1 by 2. So, y is equals to minus of 1 by 2. So from here, number of order pair they are asking. So order pair will be minus 1 by 2, comma minus 1 by 2. Means only one order pair is possible here, everybody. Only one order pair, so B option is correct here, absolutely. Next question is the complete range of values of A such that 1 by 2 to the power mod of x is equals to x square minus A is satisfied for maximum number of values of x is. So let's solve it. Now if you will see this equation, so on the left side of the equality, this is an exponential function. So let's see the graph of exponential function. Suppose fx is equals to a to the power x is any exponential function. So the graph of exponential function can be like this one. And another case of exponential graph is like this one. This is point 0, 1. Similarly, this is also 0, 1. When this kind of graph will be there, when this base of this exponent will be in between greater than 1 to infinity, correct? And when the graph of the exponential will be like this, when a will be in between 0 to 1, right? So if you will see in this question on the left side of the equality, it is 1 by 2 to the power mod of x. So base is 1 by 2. So this kind of characteristic graph is possible here, correct? So just I am removing this one. So 1 by 2, let's suppose fx is equals to 1 by 2 to the power x we are talking. So its graph will be coming like this one. This kind of figure will be there, right? Now x is having modulus here. X is having modulus. So what will happen here? Whatever graph on the right side of the y-axis is available, that graph mirror image about y-axis on the left side of y-axis we will make here. So this is the mirror image of the right side portion of the graph of y-axis. On the right side, this is the graph here. So its mirror image about y-axis will be like this one, as you can see, correct? Now this is the graph of fx is equals to 1 by 2 to the power mod of x. So how it is being transformed already I had shown you. So let's just make a Cartesian plane here. So this is here, and 1 by 2 to the power mod of x if we are talking about. So its graph is coming like this one, clear? And this is the point 0, 1, clear? Now, on the right side of the equality, if you are seeing, this is x square minus a. This is x square minus of a. So, let me clean this. Now, on the right side of the equality function, we will fx equals to x square minus a. So, it is just a quadratic expression. So, quadratic expression graph will be parabola since x square coefficient is positive. So, parabola will be opening upward, correct? Na? So, the situation of the graph will be like this one possible. So here two solutions is observable, correct? Na? Or if the parabola will be like this one, in this case only one solution is observable, right? Which is here this sharp edge of this orange graph and the vertex of the parabola that is intersecting each other. So one solution, in this case two solutions. And if the parabola will be above this, then there will be no solution. But the question is saying the complete range of values of A such that this equation is satisfied for maximum number of values of x. So maximum number of values of x means you can see is two possible here. 1, 2. Two distinct solution maximum possible here. So the parabola must have to intersect the given exponential graph at 2 times like this. So two distinct real loop. In this situation, what is happening? Now vertex of this parabola which is coming here, it must be below this sharp edge of this exponential function, right? So vertex of the parabola if you are seeing, which is here, this vertex point you can write down 0, minus of a, right? This vertex is 0, minus of a. So this minus a, the functional value of the right sided function must be less than 1. So minus a must be less than 1. So from there you will get a must be greater than minus 1. A must be greater than minus 1. So we can say a belongs minus 1 to infinity. Minus 1 to infinity. Such that this given equation is satisfied for maximum number of values of x, which is 2 here. So a belongs minus 1 to infinity. Our D option is absolutely correct. Next question is The maximum value of second inverse of 7 minus 5 times x square plus 3 upon 2 times x square plus 2 is. So let's solve it. So this second inverse of this given quantity, I am just going to simplify. This is minus of 5x square and this is your minus of 15 upon 2 times x square plus 2, right? So I am just going to make numerator in the term of x square plus 2 or some constant kind of thing, correct? So I can easily write down that is second inverse of, if you will see here, so x square 5 coefficient it is, so 5 we will take common and we want here positive, so just I am taking here this my 15, from 15 5 we are separating here, so that will be minus 10, so minus of 5x square minus 10, so minus 5 common here, so x square plus 2 it will becomes here, right? And 5 we had separated from this minus 15, so that minus 5 plus 7 is 2 here, right? We can write down in this way the entire quantity in the numerator. Is it clear, everybody? Now this given quantity can be written second inverse of 2 upon 2 into x square plus 2, and this given quantity is minus of, on individualization of denominator I am writing here. So you can see on individualization this x square plus 2 get cancelled, minus of 5 by 2 is, right? We had basically individualized this denominator from this part, 2 upon 2 into x square plus 2 minus 5 into x square plus 2 upon 2 into x square plus 2. So x square plus 2 here get cancelled numerator denominator, and here 2 and 2 is also getting cancelled here. So that will be nothing but 1 upon this quantity, right? So this given data, maximum value they are asking. So second inverse of minus of 5 by 2 plus 1 upon x square plus 2, maximum value they are asking. So here observe, since this part is variable in the argument of second inverse, right now, so this part x square plus 2, here rough work just I am doing here. So x square plus 2, so just try to understand on this point, x square plus 2 will be always greater than or equals to 2, isn't it? Square of any quantity will be always greater than or equals to 0 plus 2, so overall value will be greater than or equals to 2, everybody, right? So x square plus 2 is greater than or equals to 2, so 1 upon x square plus 2 will be always less than or equals to 1 upon 2, correct? Now on doing reciprocal, inequality will be reversed, that also you can say, correct? Now that will happen. So in this case, this 1 upon x square plus 2, maximum possible value is 1 by 2 here, correct? And second inverse graph, if you had remember, or second inverse function if you are knowing, so it is a increasing function. This is a increasing function, everybody. Second inverse is an increasing function. Increasing function means what? This input will be increasing, output will be increasing. Input will be decreasing, output will be decreasing. So increasing function means, in basic common sense meaning, is maximum input, maximum output. So here 1 upon x square plus 2, maximum value is 1 by 2 possible, right? So minus 5 by 2 plus maximum something we will be adding, that will be the maximum this value, right? That will be the maximum argument for second inverse. So we can say this 1 upon x square plus 2, since this given quantity, just observe here again, minus of 5 by 2 plus 1 upon x square plus 2 will be necessarily less than minus of 5 by 2 plus 1 by 2, less than or equals to this, right? Why? Because x square plus 2 is greater than or equals to 2. I had already shown in the previous rough work. So this value will be always less than or equals to this. So we can say this is here, finally we can say, so we can say this given quantity second inverse of this is, let's suppose this is our fx it is, so fx will be always less than or equals to second inverse of minus of 5 by 2, and this one maximum value is what? Yeah, 1 by 2 is, it is coming, I mean this is less than or equals to 1 by 2, So plus 1 by 2 I am doing. So that's why less than or equals to 1 by 2. Here this equality sign I have changed by less than or equals to. So means from there we are getting here fx must be less than or equals to second inverse of minus 2, right? So from there further we can say fx must be less than or equals to pi minus of second inverse of 2 using inverse trigonometric property, right? So that is nothing but fx is less than or equals to pi minus pi by 3. So which is coming here fx must be less than or equals to 2 pi by 3. So maximum value of fx if you are observing in this one, so maximum value is 2 pi by 3. So among these four options, D option is correct. Next question is number order pair A, B from the set A is equals to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 so that function fx is equals to x cubed by 3 plus a by 2 x square plus bx plus 10 is an injective mapping for all x belongs R. So let's see. Function have to be injective mapping, means it should be 1, 1, right? So 1, 1 function, we can easily find out if the function is either increasing or decreasing in the entire domain. So increasing, decreasing will be decided by its derivative. So let's find out its derivative. F dash x we are observing, so 3x square by 3 which is x square plus or 2ax by 2 which is ax only plus of b. So first derivative is coming a quadratic expression, correct na? And quadratic expression leading degree coefficient is positive one, means what? Parabola graph will be there for quadratic and it will be opening upward because leading degree coefficient is positive 1. So here you can see parabola opening upward. So this is the possible situation. Real distinct root, in this case real equal root, and in this case no real root, correct? So when the parabola will be intersecting x-axis at two distinct points, real distinct root, in this case this f dash x expression value before this root is positive, after this root is also positive, but in between in these two roots it is negative obviously. So here f dash x is coming greater than 0 and less than 0 both, which is not a 1, 1 function in this case. So this case is not possible, right? So just remove this one. Now in this case if you are seeing here, the parabola graph is either touching the x-axis or above x-axis, means expression is either positive or equals to 0, means f dash x is coming greater than 0 or equals to 0 in this case, correct? Correct? In this case this f dash x is greater than 0 or equals to 0 we are getting, and in this case the expression is always above x-axis, expression graph is always above x-axis, means f dash x is greater than 0. So here in this case strictly increasing, f dash x greater than 0 means fx is strictly increasing, and in this case f dash x is greater than or equals to 0 means increasing, correct? So for a function to be 1, 1 it must be either increasing or decreasing in the entire domain. So increasing case we will take here, so f dash x must be greater than or equals to 0 we want. So this must be greater than or equals to 0. So here the situation is coming, discriminant can be equals to 0 or less than 0. We can say discriminant must be less than or equals to 0, correct? So from here discriminant less than or equals to 0 if we are going to solve here. So you can say discriminant means b square minus 4ac. So b is here a square minus of 4 times a which is 1 into c which is b. This must be less than or equals to 0. So from there a square must be less than or equals to 4b. Now a comma b are the order pair from the set A only. So let's observe here. If a is 1, a is equals to 1. So b can be 1. You can observe your 1 square less than or equals to 4 times b. b can be 1. Then 4 into 1, 4 which is greater than or equals to 1 square. Yes, it is satisfied here. Correct? So here you are seeing b is equals to 1 here. And similarly if you are seeing a is equals to 1, b is equals to 2. In this case 1 square less than or equals to 4 times B is what here? 2. So here what is happening here? 4 to the 8. 8 is greater than or equals to 1 square. Yes, obviously. So it means if A is 1, so B can be 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Any values of B we will be taking from 1 to 5. Always this inequality will be holding. Right now? Always this inequality will be holding. Similarly, if we are seeing A is equals to 2. A is equals to 2. In this situation, if you are saying here, so in this case, 2 square, which is 4, less than or equals to, if B we are taking 1, B we are taking 1. So here 4 into 1. So this is here 4 only, so 4 equals to 4, equality is holding, correct? Similarly, if A is 2 and B is also 2, so in this case, A square, which is here, this equation we are overall, this inequation we are using everywhere. So A is 2, we are putting as a 2 square, which is 4, less than or equals to 4 into B. B is 2 here, so 4 into 2, which is 8. So 8 is greater than 4. Inequality is holding, so it is obviously satisfying here. So similarly, A is 2, B is equals to 3 is also satisfying. A is 2, B is equals to 4 is also satisfying. A is 2, B is equals to 5 is also satisfying. Means we can say all the values of B 1 to 5 is satisfying if A is 2 for this inequality, right? Similarly, here if we are taking A is equals to 3, A is equals to 3 everybody, A is equals to 3 if we are taking, so here you can see A square, which is 9, less than or equals to 4 times B. If B we are taking 1 here everybody, B we are taking 1, so 4 into 1 4, so 9 is less than 4, obviously not satisfying. Similarly, if we are taking B is equals to 2, so 4 times B, so 4 into 2 8, so 9 is less than 8 or equals to 8, no, not satisfied. So B is equals to 2 is also not satisfying. But if we are taking 3, so 4 into 3 is what? 12. So A square, which is 9 here, A value 3 we are taking always. So 3 is square means 9 is less than or equals to 12. That is obviously satisfying here. So B is equals to 3 is possible. Similarly, A is 3. So B is equals to 4 also will satisfy here. 4 into 4 16 and here 9. So 9 is less than 16 here. B is equals to 5 also. Here 20 it will be, and here 9 is less than 20. So it is satisfying here. So these are the 3 order pairs, with 3 it is coming here, correct? So let mention what are the order pairs are satisfying here. So here you can see the satisfied order pair 1, A will be 1, so B can be 1, 2, 3, 4, all 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4, 1, 5. Similarly, A is 2, so B is equals to 1 also satisfying. A is 2, B is equals to 2, 3, 4, 5, all are satisfying. So 2, 2, 2, 3, 2, 4 and 2, 5, right? And similarly, if you are seeing here, if A is 3, so B will be 3 or B will be 4 or similarly you can say B will be 5, then it will be satisfied, correct now? So 3, 5 we can say, clear? And now similarly we are going to take A is equals to 4, then what will happen here? Just observe, A is equals to 4 we are taking here. So just observe here, what are the possible order pairs satisfying the given inequation here. So if A is equals to, we are taking 4, in this situation just observe, A is equals to 4, so 4 square, which is 16, less than or equals to, B if you are taking 1 here, so 1 means 4 into 1, 4, 16 is less than or equals to 4, not satisfied. Similarly 2 you are taking 4 to the 8, 16 is less than 8, not satisfied. 3 you are taking 12, 16 is less than or equals to 12, not satisfied. B you are taking 4, so 4 into 4 and A already 4, so 4 square is less than or equals to 4 into 4, which is also 4 square, so equality is being held here, so B is equals to 4 is satisfied here, right? Now B is equals to 4 is satisfied, so one order pair it is coming up 4, 4, 4, and if 4, 4 is satisfying, so similarly A is 4 and B is here 5, B is here 5, then also it will be satisfied here. 16 is less than or equals to 20, right now. So B is equals to 5 is also satisfying if A is 4. So another order pair we are getting 4, 5 here, correct? Yes, it is. And similarly, if we are observing here A is equals to 5, then what will happen? Just observe here. A is 5. So 5 is square, 25 less than or equals to 4 into B. B if we are taking 1, so 4 into 1, 4 is greater than or equals to 25. No, not satisfying. Similarly, 2 you are taking 8 is greater than or equals to 25. Not satisfying. 3 not satisfying. 4 not satisfying. 5 we are taking 4 into 5, 20, which is greater than or equals to 25. Not satisfying. So A is 5, then there is no such value of B in this set for which this inequation will be satisfied. So number of ordered pair A comma B from the set A is this one only. So we can say total number of ordered pair, just count here, total number of ordered pair is 15. 15 ordered pairs are satisfying this, correct? 15 ordered pair. So C option is absolutely correct here. C option is correct in this question, right? Next question is f r to r given as fx equals to x square plus ax plus 1 upon x square plus x plus 1, then the complete set of values of a such that fx is onto is. So function is onto means range is equals to codomain, right? And codomain is given here, all real number as you can see here. So let's find out its range here. Let's find out its range. So range, when we are finding, just going to replace fx by y. So we can write down y is equals to x square plus ax plus 1 upon x square plus x plus 1. So let's do cross multiplication of these two. So what we are getting from here? X square plus ax plus 1 minus x square y minus xy minus y. This must be equals to 0 here, right? So writing all the x square term together, so we can write down 1 minus y plus of all the x term together, so a minus y plus of 1 minus y. This must be equals to 0. So this is a quadratic. This quadratic must have real root, means discriminant must be greater than or equals to 0. So on applying this, we can write down b square minus 4ac greater than or equals to 0, means a minus y whole square minus 4 times of a, 1 minus y into c, 1 minus y must be greater than or equals to 0. So on simplification, we can write down a square plus y square minus of 2ay, and this is minus of 4 times this given quantity is 1 plus y square minus of 2y must be greater than or equals to 0. So we will get from here a square plus y square minus of 2ay minus of 4y square plus of 8y greater than or equals to 0, right now. So this is also quadratic in term of I. Let me write down this quadratic by simplified manner. So y square minus 4y square, we can write down minus of 3y square, and here y we are taking common here, so 8 minus 2a into y, and this quantity we can write down here a square minus of 4, so plus of a square minus of 4. This must be greater than or equals to 0. So now here you can see this is a quadratic in term of y, and leading degree term coefficient is negative, means graph will be opening downward direction. So graph will be parabola since it is a quadratic, as well as it will be opening downward direction. So this expression should be always greater than 0 or equals to 0. The scenario possible in this situation, opening downward parabola like this, real distinct root, or like this, real equal root, or like this, no real root. In this case, the expression is either negative or positive. In this case, expression is always negative or equals to 0. And in this case, always the graph is below x-axis, means what? Always below x-axis means always negative, means what? There is no possibility that this expression will be always greater than 0 or equal to 0, correct? It will be coming less than equals to 0 or less than 0 or less than equals to 0 greater than 0 also. So there is no such values of a for which this expression can be always greater than 0 or equals to 0. So not possible. No values of a. So what is the answer here? You can see then complete set of values of a such that fx is onto is no values of a. Not possible. Correct? No? D option is absolutely correct. Next question is the graph of function fx is shown below. Then graph of gx equals to 1 upon f of mod of x is. So for this we have to first analyze the graph of 1 upon f of x when x is greater than 0, and then we will take its mirror image about y-axis, which will be overall graph of 1 upon f of mod of x. So already two graphical questions we had done discussion in this video. From there you can easily get the idea. Same concept has been used in previous two questions. So from here you can see when x is greater than 0. So in this graph just analyze when x is approaching towards 0 from right side. Greater than 0 means x is approaching towards 0 from right side. So you can see fx is approaching towards minus infinity. Fx is approaching towards minus infinity. So in this case you can say 1 upon fx will be equals to 0. 1 upon minus infinity is what here? 0. And also you can observe this graph is intersecting x-axis at some point. Let's suppose its name I am giving k. So let's take here when x is approaching towards k from left side. X is approaching towards k from left side. So f of x will be approaching towards 0 from left side, means it will be approaching towards 0 from left side, means what here? It will be very negligible negative value. Correct? Like this. So 1 upon f of x will be approaching towards minus of infinity, everybody. Minus of infinity. Similarly, when x is approaching towards k from right side, right? So in this case, if you will see, so f of x will be approaching towards 0, but from right side you can observe here. Correct? But from right side you can observe in this case. Correct? So 0 from right side. Clear? Means 0.00 something, very negligible positive value. So 1 upon 0.00 something with very negligible positive value means it will be coming approaching towards positive infinity, right? So it will be positive infinity. And also you can see when x is approaching towards infinity, so f of x graph is approaching towards 0 here because it is trying to touch the x-axis, right? So we can say when x is approaching towards infinity, so f of x is trying to approach 0 here. So 1 upon f of x will be trying to approach infinity, right? Plus infinity. So from here you can see, since this function is continuous, fx is continuous everywhere in open interval 0 to infinity, and 1 upon f of x will be also continuous everywhere except the point x is equals to k, everybody, except the point x is equals to k. So in 0 to infinity we are going to observe the graph here. So among this 0 to infinity graph we have to observe. So in this case you can see, first of all, the graph will be symmetric as already I said here, because argument is having modulus here. So this graph is not possible and this graph is also not possible because there is no symmetry about origin. Correct? These two graphs we have to analyze which one is correct here. So you can see in 0 to infinity region when x is approaching towards 0 from right side, so fx is approaching towards minus infinity. And 1 upon fx, since we are observing 1 upon fx is approaching towards 0. So approaching towards 0, this is also approaching and this is also approaching, right? So okay, next when x is approaching towards k, this point where it is intersecting the x-axis, we are saying that point name is k, is approaching towards k from left side, so it will be approaching towards minus infinity. Correct? So this is the point k, you can say this is point k, I can say this is point k. So 1 upon fx must approach minus infinity. So minus infinity it is approaching when it is approaching towards k from left side. It is correct, right? also you can observe in this case also, when x is approaching towards k from left side, it is approaching minus infinity, right? And also you can see when x is approaching towards k from right side, so you are getting here positive infinity 1 upon fx, right? This is also and this is also. So these two graphs are satisfying up to here. And now when x is approaching towards infinity, fx is tending towards 0. So 1 upon fx is tending towards infinity. And it is showing it is tending towards 0. So it is not correct. It is wrong absolutely. Correct? And when x is approaching towards infinity, you can see 1 upon fx is tending towards infinity. This is correct here. So in 0 to infinity region, we are finding out this part of these four options is coming correct. So 1 upon f of mod of x, what? This portion mirror image about y-axis when we will be taking here. So this portion mirror image will be coming. This one only, correct? This one only mirror image. This part mirror image is this one and this part mirror image is this one. So our correct option among these all are C option. So C is the correct option for this question. Next question is, which of the following is the graph of the curve root over mod of y is equals to x is? So let's solve it. Since you can see this is root over mod of y is equals to x. So whenever this root will be defined, since no sign is mentioned here, means it will be always positive, correct? So x will be always greater than 0. That is 100% clear from this point. Clear? X is always greater than 0. This option is not possible. Directly you can exclude this option. Now you can see this one, if you are this root, you are simply going to transfer on this side. So it will be transferred as a square here. So mod of y is equals to x square, it will become here. Mod of y means what here? Plus minus y is equals to x square. So you can say y is equals to x square one function and y is equals to minus x square another function. So y is equals to x square, if you are saying y is equals to x square, so its graph will be y is equals to x square, its graph will be like this. Since x is greater than 0 only we have to observe, so left side no need to mention, and y is equals to minus x square, its graph will be like this one. So among these all options, B option is absolutely correct here. B option is the answer for the question. Correct?